Hey, what's going on, everybody? Samuel Akem here, and I'm back with another one. I appreciate you guys for tapping into yet another one of my breakdowns. Today, we are talking about Michael Wortham, the wide receiver, running back, athlete, as he calls himself, from Eastern Washington, who has now transferred to the University of Montana. He is planned to be one of the big star athletes for the University of Montana this year. He's going to be a big weapon for that offense that's lost some weapons from the 2024 season. He sat down with Ace Sourwine on the Daily Drive, and he talked about what he would describe himself as. He says he's an athlete. You know, he's a kick returner. He passes the ball. He rushes the ball a lot of times. It feels like at Eastern Washington, they really had him as a running back primarily. In the Montana roster and system, he's set as a wide receiver, but I think they plan to use him in a bunch of different positions. At Eastern Washington, actually, they had him down as a quarterback on their system as well. So he is just an athlete. He comes from a JUCO in California, Sierra College, and now he's planning to be a big weapon for the University of Montana. And I want to take a stab at seeing what I think they could use him, how I think they could use him at the University of Montana. Let's look at his stats history first things first. Rushing in 2024, he had 36 carries, 313 yards, 5 rushing touchdowns. Receiving, he had 25 receptions, 209 yards, 1 receiving touchdown. He had 9 passing attempts. He was 7 for 9, and he had 88 passing yards for 2 passing touchdowns in 2024. And then returns, he had 38 return attempts, 1,093 yards, and 1 return touchdown against Idaho. He was a kickoff. He was an All-American in the return game, all Big Sky returner, all of the superlatives, all the rewards and accolades he can get as a returner. He's an all-purpose All-American. So we are going to get into his tape. We got TV copy today. We don't have all 22 for Michael Wortham. But we are going to be looking at his game and talking about how he can help this Montana offense. So make sure you guys leave a like. Make sure you guys give me a subscribe. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. And we will get straight into it. Okay, Michael Wortham, wide receiver at the University of Montana. We'll call him an athlete at the University of Montana. He can help the Montana offense in a multitude of ways. He's definitely going to help their special teams in the return game. But first things first, let's go through the clips. The first clip we have on here is him as a running back and how he can affect the game as a running back. So we'll get straight into it. Right here, they got the fake reverse. This is against the University of Montana State University in the 2024 season. He's going to fake the handoff to Efton Chisholm with a little eye candy. You see the guys chasing that way. But whole time, Michael Wortham has the ball. Michael Wortham is a player where you just want to get the ball in his hands as many ways as possible, similar to a Junior Bergen. I don't know if he's as good as a receiver as Junior Bergen was because he's never done that straight up as his job, and I don't know if that's because he's not a great receiver, if that's because he's better as an athlete, as a running back, a quarterback, just giving the ball to him. But you need to find ways to get the ball into his hands. You see right here at Eastern Washington, they had him at the running back position. They're going to hand it off on what seems to be a sweep. He's going to fake the pitch back, and whole time he's keeping the ball in his hands. And he's got really good speed. He wouldn't be a kickoff returner if he didn't have great speed. He outruns the entire Montana State defense and gets into the end zone. So first things first, a lot of these clips are him as a running back. Once right here against Northern Colorado, they're going to fake the handoff to him. He starts in the backfield. Then that's why I said I feel like they played him at running back, because when I'm looking at the tape, when I'm looking at their all 22, when I'm looking at the TV copy, the main position I see Michael Wortham line up is at running back. So they're going to fake the pitch. They're going to fake the handoff to him. He's going to wheel up the sidelines. And really good throw from their quarterback. Who was this? This was Kakoa Visperis in at quarterback. He's going to find him down the field. Honestly, a little behind, but Michael Wortham makes the catch and gets into the end zone for the easy walk-in touchdown right there. Once again, he's at running back right here. This time, they're going to go a play action, a little boot action actually, a naked boot. Maybe not naked, but a boot. And get him into the flats. So just a multitude of ways to get him in the game, get him involved in the offense. Once again, he's at running back here. He's going to run that wheel, and instead of waiting for him to get down the field, they see the space right here. They're going to get the ball into his hands right now and let him do what he can do with it and get up the field. So once again, here we go again in the backfield running another wheel. This is against Montana also. I think that last clip was against Montana. Yep, both these clips are against Montana. They're getting him in and out of the backfield, get the ball into his hands as a receiver. It's not that he can't catch, he can catch the ball as he shows right here. Body catches more so on a few of these plays, but also it's at the running back position. They're throwing it to your midsection, so you don't always have to hands catch those. It might be easier to catch it with your body and keep running. But you see right here, he's getting down the sidelines, trying to make people miss. Here we go against UC Davis. Once again, him out of the backfield. Once again, that same wheel route, the running, the hook route, the spot route with that outside receiver, X receiver down here, and getting the running back out onto the sidelines. Once again, a big explosive play for Michael Wortham out of the backfield. Here we go right here. Once again, at the running back position, he is going to run an arrow, a flat, which is mainly that and a wheel is what we've seen him run from the running back position. Haven't seen him get a ton of carries, but we will see that, get some handoffs on here. But just trying to show his versatility, him out of the backfield. And I think this is one of the reasons why at the University of Montana they put him as a receiver, because a lot of times when he's getting the ball, they're passing it to him out of the backfield, and maybe Montana envisions using him as a receiver more so often than he was used that way at the Eastern Washington. Last running back clip here. This is from the 2023 season when they opened it up with North Dakota State. Same wheel route down the sidelines. It really seems like when you start watching the games back, you start watching the film, it's like there was a few plays that they put Michael Wortham in for. And as a defense, you definitely should be keyed into this because, you know, they're putting him in for this wheel route. We should be keyed into that. They're putting him in for that arrow. But a lot of times the main receptions we've seen him get is that wheel route. And here it is, another one 2 seasons ago in 2023. So here you go. Now he is at the Wildcat quarterback position. So I don't know if Montana does a ton of Wildcat. The last few seasons, we have not seen Montana operate in a lot of Wildcat situations. I think this is something that if Coach Pease and the Montana offense can, shift their offense to, can use a little bit more of this. This could be something that could be very successful for Michael Wortham. They did it quite a bit at Eastern Washington with Michael Wortham, and here you go right here. He's at the Wildcat quarterback position. He's going to fake the handoff to the running back. He's got a puller coming around with his tight end. They're pulling the other two to the side for some eye candy, which does get that Montana State defense. But the whole time he's keeping the ball and getting to the outside, turn it into a big-time explosive play. Once again, here in the red zone, they're playing Idaho State. He's going to catch it at the Wildcat quarterback position, fake the handoff once again. And it seems like a similar play. That tight end's coming in motion pre-snap. They're running inside zone to the inside. Look at all the eyes of the Idaho State defenders keyed in on that run. Whole time Wortham is keeping it, getting it to the outside and getting into the end zone. You see the speed that he runs with and why you want to get the ball into his now, because he's got really good acceleration, he's got really good quickness, he's got really good speed, and he can get up and going very fast. So get the ball into his hands and let him do something with it. Once again, Wildcat quarterback again. Just a straight dive, quarterback power here. Maybe not even quarterback power, but just quarterback run here. Downhill, get downhill, good blocks from everybody, and Michael Wortham turns it into a touchdown. Really, really good job. So it's very clear through the clips that we've seen that he reads space very well. He's good in the open field. Getting the ball into his hands is the best bet. Now, can he run routes? Is he good in the route tree? How effective is he running that route tree? How effective is he in creating separation? That might be one of the keys as to why he wasn't played more at receiver. Also, at Eastern Washington, keep in mind, they always have really good receivers at Eastern Washington, so that might be something as well. We know they wanted to use him. We know they wanted to put him on the field. We know that he can be a weapon, but how so can he be a weapon? The last clip we got on here is his kickoff return clips. And obviously, if you know anything about Michael Wortham from Eastern Washington, the main thing he was doing, at least in 2024, was his kickoff return ability. And you see it right here, just his ability to, once again, read space, make guys miss, and turn plays into bigger plays than they would be. Once again, UC Davis, the same team. And, it seems like these are designed returns because, they don't just bounce this all the time. This is a design. They've worked this. They're bouncing this to the right. That is by design, folks. These guys aren't just finding the holes and running. These are schemed up plays. The coaches draw these up. Their special teams coordinator definitely is drawing this up based on what he saw on film from UC Davis. Saw Coach Houck do the same thing. Coach Houck and Coach Schillinger do the same thing week over week when I was at the U. So really big time return for Michael Wortham. And he's able to turn it into what it can be. And then here's his one return touchdown, maybe of his career, definitely at Eastern for the 2024 season. Good blocks. You got to have a good special teams unit. I mean, always it's the returner, but I never want to sleep on the special teams unit. Michael Wortham has good speed. He's got good open field ability. He's good in the open field. But also you need the blockers to be able to get you there, and they got him there as well as with his wheels and speed. So I just wanted to quickly turn on some of the plays that I think Michael Wortham was best in at Eastern Washington. Obviously his use was sparing. He never was like a starter. I think he might have started the Nevada game, but he never seemed like a day one starter. It just seemed like they always kept him in the game plan, and when he was in the game plan, it was usually to give him the ball or to use him as eye candy. So I'm excited to see how Montana uses him. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think they're going to do with him. He sat down with Ace Alwine on the Daily Drive and mentioned that, you know, he's an athlete. He plays running back. He plays quarterback. He's a returner. He plays wide receiver. They have him as wide receiver at the University of Montana, so we will see what they do. Make sure you guys hit the like. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe. Make sure you guys leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about Michael Wortham for the 2025 season. Do you guys think he's going to be a big piece, or do you guys think Montana's going to use him similar as they did at Eastern Washington? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will catch you guys next time. See you later.